Forward.
The slide here, you want to play this
no,
video
wait.
first, is it?
We're going to play that video and then this
Okay,
video.
then I'm manual do for
You
you.
manually do it? Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you're here, you're probably all looking forward to childbirth. Is there anyone here who is afraid of childbirth? No one. Everyone is looking forward to the best part of parenthood, isn't it? What do you think of when you think about birth? Is there anyone who wants to, respond? What do you think of?
Painful.
Is it painful? Everybody is thinking about pain as being a part of birth, isn't it? You think of like screaming, when we think about birth, we only have movies to reference from. So we watch a movie and when a woman is in labor, she is screaming and it's an emergency thing. It's like things are panicky, everyone's saying push, 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 and it's painful. Or you may think about your friends' experiences, correct? Where it's always like complications. Wow, it was very, very bad, and wow, I cannot tahan, just have the epidural. Today I'm going to share things with you that's going to change your mind about childbirth, because my experiences with my clients are very, very different. So I'm going to share with you secrets that shouldn't be secrets, because every mother deserves a really good birth, okay? So who am I? I am Lorraine. I am a birth doula. For those who don't know what birth doulas do, we support women in childbirth, all right? So we provide like physical comfort, we provide information, we provide coaching. I prepare women before childbirth a lot of the time, because actually a lot of the work is done beforehand, in order to approach birth with information to know what to say yes to, what to say no to, how to feel comfortable. I teach the husbands what to do to strengthen your marriage after parenthood. Okay? Because actually you are actually really, 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 really important. Okay? So I'm going to go on about that. I use hypnotherapy a lot because it's just the most effective. I will tell you why later on, okay? I think the remote doesn't wants me to keep talking about myself. Okay, we can move on to the next one. Okay, so these are some of my clients. These are real pictures of people giving birth. So 2 of them are actually vaginal births after C-sections. A lot of people think that once you have a C-section, you cannot try for a vaginal birth anymore. That is not true. The doctors may tell you that, but you can always seek a second opinion. She's a first-time mom, all right? And you can see here that the husbands are very involved, and actually that helps with making the birth go faster, all right? They look like they're sleeping, but actually they're in deep relaxation. Because when you're relaxed, everything goes faster, more smoothly, better, all right? We want to hear what it sounds like. So this is a client of mine, and we went into hospital, and we didn't realize it was 20 minutes before she was going to bring the baby out into the world. If you would like to play this video. Can you play the sound? So that's her. She's bringing the baby down. Oh. So do you notice that? She's not screaming. She's going, 20 minutes later, her baby was out. And then we can play this next video. This is another client of mine, a really good friend. They all become friends anyway, you know what I mean? But that's just her. And water is a really, really, really good tool, actually, for labor. I don't know why. Before I gave birth, I was like, how can water or essential oils help with anything? But somehow, when you're in that state, water is magical. The shower is good. You don't have to use the tub. All right? And you can hear. Can you hear anything? Screaming? No. She's just enjoying it. Okay. And just to prove to you that she's enjoying it, we can't play this, but basically, because this links to my Instagram, if you want to go there, you can watch the video, but basically I ask her, how has it been so far? Are you enjoying it? And she goes, yeah, actually. So, you know, this is labor. So this is Tanya, and how she prepared, she went for hypnobirthing classes, because it's important to know what to expect, right? She used hydrotherapy, which is the tub. Her husband was very, very involved. She chose a doctor who is expectant management. I will explain more about that later on. She had me as a doula. And it's been 2 years, and they still talk about the birth because it's actually really, really funny. Like, it was not a scary event. It was actually full of funny events, and it was just a wonderful experience. A good way to start motherhood, parenthood, in fact. It's actually a two-people thing, right? So what's happening when you are enjoying birth? A lot of the work has been done beforehand so that you are experiencing anticipation because you believe in your body. So I use hypnosis too, and hypnotherapy and education to soothe your conscious mind, and you understand how the body works, and you know what are the things that could come up, and you know how to deal with it. So when the first surges come, you are excited instead of scared. You are unlikely to rush to the hospital. You don't want to go to the hospital too early. So even if you don't engage me, you should take some notes, okay? Do not go to the hospital early. It is the fastest way to have unnecessary intervention. And unnecessary intervention will always lead to something far worse. It's called the cascade of intervention in real life, okay? Do you want to change that? Thank you.
No problem.
So I have a client in labor right now. She's 4 cm dilated the last time she went. And she's actually surprised at how little she felt. I said, your baby's just waiting for me to give this talk to all of you, so you can be inspired. And then during the process, as the surges become more intense, you're still not stressed because you understand this is normal, and your husband is already trained through my very special process to create the contraction-causing hormones called oxytocin. Have you heard of the word oxytocin? Oxytocin is what you call love hormones. So when your husband is there present with you, stroking you, telling you beautiful, wonderful things, like how amazing you are, you're going to create more of that labor-inducing hormones. And also you feel safe. And when you're safe, the endorphins can come in. Did you know, when you have endorphins running through your body, it is 100 times more effective than morphine. This is what we call our inner pharmacology. Like, yes, we have like a pharmacist inside of us producing and giving us the drugs that we need. Endorphins are also produced when we are exercising. So when we're doing something good for our species, we produce it. Something good but hard. It will produce it so that it will reward you. That is just nature and the universe, okay? Makes sense, right? You know what to do or push back or ask when the doctor suggests any help. Like, oh, nurses might be like, oh, you look like you're in pain, so, I'm gonna give you something. And you say no. because you know that's not what you need. We're going to learn during the classes as well on how to say no, when to say no, and what you need to understand in order to say no. Because you'd be like, what do I know, right? I should listen to the doctor. I'm not saying don't listen to the doctor. I'm not a medical professional. The doctors are there for a good reason, and we're grateful for their help if we need it. But too often, help is given when it's not needed, and then it leads to bad things, okay? And that's what happened to all the other people who have had bad experiences in Singapore. Okay. When you're giving birth, you know best about what positions to move into. So when I say you move instinctively and easily, you notice it's not about, oh, listen to me, I'm telling you what to do. Your baby is telling you what to do when you're in that zone. Babies need to move down. So the moment there's another surge, that more space is created, somehow you want to move your hips. You notice like women in labor, they're always moving their hips when you watch all these videos. It's because they're working with the babies to bring them down. And then another misconception, that you have to push your baby into this world. There is something in our body called the natural expulsive reflex. A woman in coma can give birth. And she probably has a better time than you because she has no fear. She's totally relaxed. And so then her womb is just doing it. So you know when you hear people going, wow, within 3 pushes I pushed my baby out, like, you know, the superheroes? They didn't do it. The uterus, if you wanted to push really hard right now, do you think you can push your babies out right now? Your uterus does it, okay? And then the good thing is when you protect your birth and you don't have like the unnecessary hormones that are injected into you and all that, you don't get the crash in hormones, you are less likely to suffer from postpartum blues. It is not a guarantee because actually women need to be supported after birth as well. So even if you had a really nice birth and later on you're not feeling supported, you can feel sad. But it's unlikely to happen when this happens. And so you know your bonding, the breastfeeding will happen more easily because there's no interruption to your hormones. So this is something to protect. Your birth does matter. And you can do it. Anyone can do it. Bonuses. When you birth naturally like that, your babies go through the birth canal. They're getting their microbiome, which is a community of bacteria in your body, to kickstart theirs. So they become healthier. They're less likely to get sick. They get stronger gut health. They have survival coded into their cells. So the first time I gave birth, I had antibiotics. And with the second, I didn't. And I could tell the difference already within, my kids are here. In fact, my son, he like got sick more often and all that, whereas my daughter was a lot more strong. And I think that was really got to do with my birth. Okay, brain connections is actually one of the most important things. You can do it even if you're having a C-section later on. While you're pregnant, you should already begin bonding with your baby to build brain connections so that they become more resilient babies. And this follows into adulthood. Look, when your nervous system is calm, you're able to learn. If you're feeling stressed right now, you're not going to listen to whatever I have to say, right? When your child is safe and secure, that's when they can become adventurous, they become happier, they learn to sleep better because their nervous system becomes more regulated later on as well, right? So whatever it is, this kind of bonding would be important to do before labor, all right? Oh, sorry. And for moms, you get up, you go. I drove my whole family home after the hospital. You know, you can feed soon after. You get good pelvic floor recovery. In fact, you probably won't damage it because you're not pushing against your body. You get a stronger immune system yourself because you are calm and your nervous system is relaxed, your body is regulating. You feel good. You feel ready for motherhood. You feel intuitive and empowered. So these are all the benefits that you can have if you have one of these births, enjoying births, all right? And I wanted to tell you that, you might be thinking, oh, I can't do it. Who am I to believe I can do it? You can have a great birth, even if you have a low pain threshold, even if you were C-sectioned yourself, even if you had a C-section, even if you had 2 C-sections. My last birth, she had IVF, and her baby was breech, and she gave birth vaginally without epidural, nothing. She didn't even ask for it. Okay? Even if you have gestational diabetes, even if you are unfit or overweight, you can still have a really good birth that doesn't have to hurt a lot. All right? So the secrets, take your notepads out. Oh, the first thing we need to do is to understand pain. Pain doesn't have to accompany childbirth. Pain is mostly in the mind. In any sort of pain, when we have a physical infliction of something, what makes something really, really painful is the way we feel about it. So if you are going into birth thinking childbirth is dangerous, then the moment you feel contractions, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is damn painful. As opposed to, oh, this is bringing my baby closer to me. If pain is supposed to be a normal part of childbirth, then why is it everyone feels differing amounts of pain? It should be measurable and consistent if it's a sciencey thing. It is actually how we feel about it. So, where are we getting all these ideas from? Like I said before, movies, your stories from your friends, the language used, when they call it a bloody show, or like, we're going to give you an episiotomy, we're going to cut you. When they dehumanize you by calling a cervical dilation and, why not they just call it softening and opening? Why do they have to make it so scary? When the doctors are telling you you cannot do it, hypnobirthing doesn't work. Nobody does it. It's trying to say, you think you're so special, Well, you can. You can. I'm telling you, you can. So the subconscious, the number one thing we need to do, our brain, right now as you're listening to me, you are using your conscious mind. So you're in a beta brainwave state. So, you're like learning. And then if you listen to me 10 or 20 times, it may begin to seep through something you call the critical factor. And then it becomes our new reality in our subconscious. So our subconscious holds all our memories, all our beliefs, all our, well, you know what? Our memories go back really, really far. We even remember our births, that, in our subconscious. Not consciously, but in our subconscious. So what we need to do is to rewire our beliefs that birth is dangerous, birth has to be painful, birth is a medical event, our bodies cannot do it. And we do this through a process called hypnotherapy. And hypnosis is not where you're under my control, okay? Hypnosis is not a process by which you are asleep, even though it came from the word sleep, all right? You are not under my control. If I put you in hypnosis and ask you for your credit card number and your CVV number, you're not going to give it to me, okay? You are not going to cluck like a chicken. What you're going to experience is just profound relaxation. And if I say something that you don't like or you don't fundamentally agree with, you will dismiss it while remaining in relaxation because you like it so much, okay? So this is what hypnosis is. Therapy just means the change. So that's where we reprogram you. And once this is reprogrammed, you will go into birth with your body listening, because our body doesn't lie. Our body contains our stored emotion. So the first thing we do is that. Number two, this is really important in Singapore, your doctor. Who your doctor is matter. Now, there are some misconceptions about doctors. We think that when we go into labor, our doctor is going to be there the whole entire time. Nope. I just saw a woman go, no, you know. They're there only at the last minute, okay? They're not there taking care of you. Even the nurses are not there to do that, all right? And it's not their job. They're nurses. They're going to come in there. They're going to check your cervical dilation. They're going to check your blood pressure. They're going to check of this. Maybe offer some help in the form of like epidural or something. I don't know. They're not going to do anything to help you have like a wonderful birth. They will help you to have a birth where you're disconnected from the process, but tolerating it. But that's it, because that's what they know. It's not their job to make you enjoy it, okay? So first you must go in with the expectation of that. So husbands, you're on your own in taking care of your wives, right? But don't worry, I will tell you how, okay, in a bit. Second thing is we think that all doctors deal with birth the same way. So for example, we think that like just because your friend's doctor would induce her at 38 weeks means that your doctor is going to induce you at 38 weeks. That's not true. All right? And they will tell you something like this. Oh, you know, after 38 weeks, your chance of stillbirth will double. Which is kind of true. But it's 0.5%. And then when it doubles, it's 1%. The chances of an emergency C-section, when your body is not ready, is probably going to be like, you know what, I'm going to give you like 80-90%. So the way children, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. I got a bit of ADHD if you cannot tell. So the way different doctors would deal with things would be different. So if something doesn't feel right to you, you can always go and seek a second opinion, which I really, really highly recommend. And the third thing is that a lot of people think that doctors know more than them, or nurses know more than them about how to labor. I'll tell you one experience I had, which is definitely true, and I've seen this consistently. So I had a client who was a vaginal birth after C-section, and she was on her knees. And things were progressing really well, and suddenly everything slowed down. Okay? She was on her knees. The nurse of 17 years came and said, tell your client, turn around. It's much better. It's much easier. It'll be faster. And I said, oh, you can ask the husband, because the husband's been trained, and I cannot answer on behalf of the client. So she asked the husband growled at her, because of the first bad experience, right? He learned his lesson. So he said, she'll do what she wants. Don't disturb us, you know, that kind of thing. Wow, you know, he was like her masculine knight in shining armor. And so, turns out, the baby was born face presenting. So normally babies are born with this presenting. This baby came out face presenting, which means that if any help was needed, they couldn't suction the baby out. It had to be a C-section again. So she instinctively knew what position to be in. Her husband protected the space for her to be in there, to listen to her body. Okay? So giving over your power is never a good idea, because when things go sideways, you want to be in charge of making the decisions. Otherwise, you will never feel good about it. Never. And trauma is the last thing you want when you're trying to bring a baby into this world. So, with the doctors, to say no, to avoid unnecessary intervention. Like with that 38 weeks, right? Do you know that births can go up to 42 weeks? It's only after 42 weeks that it's considered really post-term. So, if your doctor is saying, I need to induce you, you ask why. oh, stillbirth, like the statistics that I give you, they say doubles every week, which is true, but like I said, only 1%. So, that is one example. Or, for example, oh, your labor is not going at 1 cm per hour. I'm going to give you some oxytocin to help you. The moment you accept that, your body will go into it will start to pump on its own. Your baby's not going to like it. Oh, your baby's in distress. Your baby's suffering. That's C-section the baby out. So there are a lot of things. Oh, you know what? It's better to be on your back to give birth. Do you know that's the worst thing? Hey, Eden, can you get me my my skeleton pelvic thing at my table? That's my son, also my errand boy. So artificial hormones, they do not come from your brain, clearly. Okay, so when you're in labor, right, this part, the tailbone, actually pops out. So when you're lying down, it's actually giving your baby less space to come out. Why do they do things like that? You know what? That's why a lot of women want to be on their knees. And so you know what? Check with the doctor. I want to give birth on my knees, can I? If they say no, why? Oh, it's just, to protect your perineum. It's bullshit. Okay? So yeah, some of the things that you will learn. The artificial hormones will pump you and make you feel out of control, and that creates trauma. And that's what I do. I'm not trying to push for a natural birth. I'm trying to push for a trauma-free motherhood, because women already need to do so much. Like when they are taking care of their kids, they need to be emotionally there. And trauma means that you're dissociated. So this is to bring you into good motherhood. You can have an epidural. No one's going to judge you, as long as you were feeling good and in control throughout the whole time. That is what we are after. Okay? Loving support. Okay, this is the biggest secret. I'm going to go forward. This is a delivery room. Do you notice? Okay, toilet, the bed where the mom is going to be. The worst pillows in the world are here. Crinkly and uncomfortable. Bring your own pillows, okay? And there's the armchair, which most men mistakenly believe that is for them to be in the whole time. It is not. The fastest way to get an angry wife is to sit in it. Okay? Do not sit in it. It's a trap. All right? Husbands, your job is actually very simple, so don't be scared. I'm here for you. Okay? You are the divine masculine. What is a masculine? You are the support. You know why you need to be a support? Because for women to flow into their divine feminine, to open up, they need to feel safe. So you need to be there going, I'm guarding your space. Don't worry, baby, I got you. Okay? You're going to love her and provide the oxytocin. You're going to appreciate her. You're going to preempt her needs, which are very few and simple, by the way. Give her sips of water after every surge. Remember to take her to the toilet. Tell her she's doing a great job. And when she's sleeping, make sure that you're spooning her, touching her, just loving her. Okay, yes, like that. Okay? Very good. Now tell her how beautiful she is. Like that. Okay? Bring the romance in. Bring the music. Bring the this and that. And you know what, husbands? I know you don't think that you need my help, but I say get a doula. Okay? Especially one as funny as me. All right? And you don't really have to think too much, because I'm there to assist you. All right? I'm there to provide ideas on how to relax. And also because as a hypnotherapist, I do any work that needs to be done that is coming in the way that is providing that discomfort. Because like we said before, pain is from the feelings that we have. And so sometimes, you know, a feeling like, oh, I'm not ready for childbirth can be something. Or I'm not ready to be a mother. How will this affect my career? can come up in childbirth. It's really interesting. Everything is connected. I'm so sorry. Is your neck okay? But I'm glad you're enjoying it. Okay. So this is the delivery room. The beds upstairs are a lot nicer, and the food at Thompson Medical, can I just say, is really good. Okay, so I remember having the papaya and fish soup, and that was a lot nicer than it sounded. Okay, so the 5 ingredients, guys. Remember, protect her space, allow her privacy. If she gets disrupted by light, give her eye shades. Like you've seen it in my other videos, right? Okay, be present. When a woman is in labor, she becomes super aware. So even though her eyes are closed, right, she can hear you whispering, even though you're at the other end of the place. Okay, it's kind of scary. Okay, she will know when you're on your phone, even if you're right beside her. She'll be like, and then she'll get angry. Do not look at the phone. Okay, just stare at her, stroke her, tell her you love her. Say thank you for doing this for our family. Because she is doing a lot. She may look like she's sleeping, but she's working hard, okay? So you give her the love and the comforts. Any comfort she wants. If at that time she says, I want pineapple juice from Malaysia, you go, okay? What's your mommy saying? Important things. Okay, I'm gonna, oh my God, it's already 2. Oh wait, I have, half an hour, so it's good. I'll bring this to the end, okay? Just to understand, I want you to experience what it's like to go through just one small part of my process, which is hypnosis, which is when you look at it from a brainwaves of sort of way, it is not different from meditation, and it is not different from when you're just about to fall asleep. You go into a theta brainwave state. All right? It's not different from when you're super engrossed. You know how sometimes when you're driving from one place to another, the same route every day, you don't really remember, but you're driving anyway? That is a hypnotic state. It's nothing to be afraid of. In fact, it's very good for you, because when you're in that state, right, your body and your cells are regenerating. Wow, that must have been super powerful. Okay. And of course, the body. Let's not forget that birth is a physical thing in the end. And to power your body with the correct nutrients, to make sure that you have not just energy, but like the minerals, like, your magnesium, your calcium, like all of those things, because they power you during labor. All right, the exercises that I teach my clients as well is all about the birthing ligaments. And pelvic floor exercises, all of you might be thinking, is about strengthening it, but it can be too tight, in fact. So learning how to relax your pelvic floor muscles to open up for labor will help you later on. And then obviously from now, watch your posture, okay? To get your baby into position, to get your baby head down, because it's very difficult to find a doctor who is breech baby friendly in Singapore. Most doctors would say it's a C-section, it's very risky. But, so if you want your doctor and you want know that there are options after trying everything, there's moxibustion, there's like acupuncture, there's like all these ways of getting your baby head down. But at the end of the day, if you tried everything, there's nothing wrong with your body. Sometimes your baby just knows what's happening inside more than you. Always trust the wisdom of the baby. Your baby is already very conscious now. So now's the right time to bond with your baby. Because when your baby feels safe, your baby is learning about the world outside and all that. That's just a whole new thing. So these are the kind of things that you will learn also during my course. So does anybody want to experience what it's like to be in hypnosis? Yeah. Okay, it's actually really relaxing. Is it possible to have the lights dimmed? Just like while giving birth. I made a mistake of not putting some music in my slides. So usually I like to put some music on, which is also in the labor room. So husbands, like, make sure you have music, a speaker, And if you're going for a C-section, this is something you should be asking for too. Why just because it's a C-section that you cannot ask for things? You should. Ask your husband, hold my hand. Tell me really, really relaxing things. Bring that love, and then your muscles are all relaxed. You can also heal faster. These are the things that are available to you. As long as you feel in control of your labor and your birth, it's going to be good, no matter what. All births are successful. You just want to meet whatever turn that birthing takes. Okay, these are not the best chairs. Usually in my house, we have a recliner for everybody. Your breath is your vehicle. So I'm going to ask you now to put yourself in a comfortable physical position. So if you have a drink, put it down, because you're going to be so relaxed, hopefully. All right, Eden, kids, please do not disturb the mummies and daddies here, okay? If you have other kids around, put them in the storeroom for a bit. I'm sure they don't mind. Oh. And then just noticing your body in your chair right now. Yeah, if you want to close your eyes, you can. So by closing your eyes, you're giving permission to go deeper into relaxation. So if you want, you can close your eyes. You don't have to shut them too tightly. You're just going to enjoy feeling how comfortable it is to have your eyes closed. And if you want, you can put your hands on your belly and connect with your baby. So baby, I'm going to connect with you right now. And then we're going to breathe. I'm going to count up to 4, and you're going to hold it for 2 seconds. And then you release for 6. Okay, so this is the kind of breathing that you do in the beginning of labor to get relaxed. So it's good to learn. You can use this anytime, during an injection, whatever, okay? So breathing in for 2, 3, 4, and you hold. And as you relax and exhale, bring the breath down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, in 2, 3, 4, and you hold it. And with every exhale, just feeling your body sink down, giving yourself permission. You have maybe never allowed yourself the permission to relax before, but know that relaxation is a gift you give yourself. And then, in the next time, allow yourself to gently close your eyes. And just to feel a relaxation moving down from the tops of your head. You might never have noticed how many muscles there are on your scalp right now. But as you put your awareness there, the energy moves there. And just allowing every muscle to just drop, loose and limp. Allowing your shoulders now to sink into the frame of your body. Nothing to do or change. And you may notice that there are thoughts coming in and out. Just observe and allow them to float by like clouds, floating by across the sky on a beautiful summer's day. Feeling perfectly more and more relaxed and allowing all background noises to take you even deeper into relaxation. And know that every time you go into relaxation like this, you go in deeper and quicker than ever before. A relaxed mind brings a relaxed body, and a relaxed body brings your baby to you faster and more comfortably. You are all very good at this. I can see now just allowing relaxation to drift down like honey, flowing over your head, in between your eyebrows, relaxing that spot now. Over your nose, over your lips, over your jaws, down into your belly, into your hips, sinking deeper and deeper into your chair, and allowing any negative and tension, negative emotion and tension just move out into the ground. Discharge it. It doesn't belong to you now. Release. Becoming more in touch with your body. And the more relaxed you are, just notice now that your eyelids are getting more and more tightly shut. It begins to feel like as though there is super glue in your eyelids. The more relaxed, and that every time you breathe out, every muscle and every cell and every nerve in your eyeballs are getting so relaxed that no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to open your eyes. And when you can't open your eyes, you can allow yourself to stop trying and realize that you have achieved hypnosis. But you have control over your body, so if you really wanted to, you can get up. But just allow yourself the relaxation. Why not? And so now, understanding just the beginnings. This is only a very, very light hypnosis. On a count of 3, you can allow yourself to bring yourself back into the room. With every number, you're feeling like you've just had a wonderful nap this afternoon, ready to face the rest of your day. Feeling healthier than ever before. 2, feeling more sensation in your body, bringing your awareness back into the room. And on the next number 3, you can open your eyes gradually, knowing that you have done something great for your nervous system, for your body, for your baby. I bet for those who have bigger babies right now, did your baby move a lot? Sleeping? You know, a lot of babies actually like the oxygen. So they go woo, 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 you know, a lot of the time. But how was that? Did that feel good? You feel in touch with you? Yeah? And every time you practice this, you get better and better until when you're at labor, you're gonna look like my clients, just like sleeping. Thank you so much. So we're coming to the end. So this is another client. She's like, she went in thinking, I want an epidural. In the end, she said, Lorraine, you talked to me 8 hours straight. How is that possible? So you know, when I was at school, I was always in trouble for talking a lot in class. Now it's my superpower. It's my, sort of. My son says, sort of. Okay. So now, I'm going to invite you to explore. I'm going to be giving a childbirth retreat or a preparation class in July. Basically, you will learn everything that any other childbirth classes would teach you, except I do hypnotherapy. Because no matter what we do, all that learning we're going to be doing is only in the conscious mind. It's not in your subconscious. You're still going to be scared during labor. So this is my selling point, which is the ultimate thing, okay? So this is about that. So in addition to what we do in hypnobirthing, anyway, if you haven't heard of it, it's like what you did, but just deeper than ever before, and with childbirth preparation. So then I add in stuff about the pelvic floor exercises and how you can prepare your body, all the ligaments that you need for laboring. So you know, labor is still a physical thing. It is also going to take a long time, long-ish time. My clients don't take more than 7 hours, by the way. A lot of them don't. And you do need to warm up the muscles that are involved, okay, to make it more comfortable. The environment matters. As you can tell just now, I asked to dim the lights. I will always like some music. You know, there are always other tools. You do you. Whatever, you can kind of tell what is going to bring you comfort during labor, and we're going to prepare you for that. What to do? Birth plan stuff, what you can expect, You have like my support during WhatsApp as well if you want. You can request for information. Come to me, give me your email address or your Instagram or whatever, and we'll be in touch. But if not, you can still talk to me anyway. I'm very, very happy to provide information because this is a product of my love for all of you, okay, for people, right, and our future generation, really. So yeah, just talk to me. I'm always happy to know what's on your mind, what you're afraid of, and what we can do about it. All right? Yeah, feel free to talk to me later on. I think this is probably the end of it. Thank you.
Now we know a bit more about the secret menu of childbirth. So next we mentioned
You can have a toilet break.
Thank you.
Yeah.